We're going to be talking about the value of keys, the initial market cap, things of that nature. And it's going to be a very, very interesting space, very educational, maybe redundant for some real crypto OGs, but very, very informational all the same, because the initial market cap is such an important thing and it gets overlooked quite often. I think we can go ahead and start, and you go ahead and take it away, King.
All right, good day, good day. Well, I just thought it came in, curious about keys. Someone asked, a question, an interesting question, and I thought it was a great question. So we thought it'd be great to elaborate on it. It was like the market cap. It's like, so what is it gonna be? Where are you guys going with it? And I thought that's a great question. Investing in things, especially this day and time, understanding what that is. But I believe we're in a new time where market cap is kind of irrelevant. It's based off utility. We have all kind of utilities, assets, tokenization merging, and so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the market cap. What people are focused on, but more importantly, what's important with value and where Key stands at. So I just want to add my aspect because of the real world assets. Well, the value that comes from me in market cap is we have real businesses. We have real people we've been meeting with the last couple of years, engaging, dining with. We weren't just dining to enjoy the steak. We weren't just, enjoying meeting people just to yap. We were actually engaging in partnerships and these partnerships that we have already functioning businesses as of now at this moment, those profits are pouring into this. We're also creating opportunities which are pouring into this. Our own businesses, which we'll share with all you key holders. You'll be up to date immediately. A lot of you, thank you so much. We've met you in person. Thank you for taking this journey with us. But as far as market cap, begin to open your eyes and engage because yes, the liquidity is coming, things are entering, but you're entering a phase, a new era of finances where you're not just looking at market cap, you're looking at actual stored value. Being a founder of CryptSafe, with Keys partnering with us, it creates that opportunity where it's just value, like stored value. We believe that is the most important thing. You hold something that is so valuable, you don't want to sell it. And that's what this ecosystem is about. It's about engaging in people with utilities, people that are willing to hold, people that are willing to sell. Also, like CryptSafe, people are willing to make you more liquid for that asset you're holding. But the only way to get people to really want to do these things is to actually have something of value and not just market cap. But because market caps, they fluctuate based off of what you're backed by. It can be based off of the sentiment of what's going on in the world. Developing keys, what we were able to do and just encompass all of this in a token, is just pile all of that value of engagement and bringing it back to one place where the key holders have a voice, the key holders have a heart. So when you think of market cap, I want you to think of value. I want you to think about what it is to you and being able to just hold something that you don't fully understand, but it's valuable. You may not really understand the components of gold, but it's valuable. You may not be able to understand the components of silver, but it's valuable. But here you have something that's you won't be able to really calculate it because of the value that it brings. We're going to pour everything into this, and you guys have a voice. You have this token that you're able to vote on and decide where we're going. A lot of you have given us great ideas that we're already moved on, that we're already partnership with that. So I was very curious. I had to add my 2 cents, and I'm like, we gotta get in here in space. We gotta tell these people what's going because it's setting the standard. Setting the standard is powerful because you're setting something that others haven't really done before, and that takes bold moves. That takes statements. That takes power. That takes partnerships. It takes all these things combined together to do that. In order to set a standard, we have to change the mindsets of our holders. We have to change the mindsets of people of what value is, because value is not only deemed what the governments and worlds and whatever who holds it says it is. Value is actually determined and should be determined by the holders. So that is my take on the market cap, something that grows in value every day. No matter what people are doing, if people are buying and selling, the businesses are buying back. People are buying and selling, the AI profits going back and buying back. People are doing whatever. They're still, these are generating. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas, doesn't matter if it's Thanksgiving, it doesn't matter what's going on in the market, it doesn't matter what's going on in politics. We were able to separate religious views, political views, market moves, market sentiments. Were able to move all these things to one dependency, utility alone. So when you ask me market cap, the market cap is endless. The market cap is potential, but I want you to take your mind a little deeper, and that's just my take. I could kill this spaces all day about this, but I'm gonna hand it over, and we're gonna bounce back and forth. And if there's questions and answer, questions, we're gonna gladly answer it for you. So Crypto King's gonna take a step back and let the keys, the host, go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to segue out of that for just a moment, and I'm going to give a nice little shameless reminder that the whitelist is on. It is open. Don't forget about it. It seems like some people are sleeping on it. Okay. I was adamant, very adamant about not taking a single dime from investors until I knew we could sell out the first whitelist. So we got a flood of registrations. Now, I'll be generous. I know it's been a busy week, but it looks like everyone's spending the weekend on video games and Netflix and chilling, okay? But don't forget about me, okay? Don't forget about the man who's dedicated his entire life to keys, to the success of keys, okay? I haven't had time to Netflix and chill in over 4 years. All right. Instead, I'm working with our developer, ensuring the highest level of innovation. I don't sleep. I'm sending emails. I'm in Twitter DMs, Telegram DMs, Discord DMs, shaking hands. And King is doing the same thing. And we positioned keys to thrive. All we need now is for our whitelist registered supporters to step up. Now, that's full transparency. Okay. Transparency can't only go one way, it can't only go the investor's way. We're people too, and we're CEOs, and we are grinding endlessly for the success of our community, for the success of keys. So when you hear this, I know you guys are going to make good on your commitment because King and I have made good on ours. Now, let's get this party started. Talking about the total supply and the market cap of keys. Now, I'm going to do some calculations first before I get into it. So pull out your calculators, and then we'll talk about doing the math because that's what King is very big on. And as King so elegantly said, market cap is kind of irrelevant. Yet at the same time, it's also kind of relevant. So that's how come we have best of both worlds here at Keys, because we don't just go with just anything or just one side of a thing. We go with the flow, and the flow incorporates the whole wave to make things work. So go ahead and put 400 million tokens in your calculator and multiply that by 14 cents, 0.14. That means we would be starting with a market cap of $56 million. Okay, because the way you calculate market cap, you calculate the total of tokens that you're starting with, the total tokens in supply, not necessarily in circulation, but in total supply, and then you multiply it by the starting price. Now, I said the range of our launch is going to be 14 cents. So we're going to multiply it by 14 cents, okay? Now let's say that we sell out 700 million tokens. So say we have 700 million tokens that are bought and paid for. That would put us multiplied by 14 cents at a $98 million market cap, okay? And if we started with 850 million tokens, that would put us at a $119 million market cap, okay? Now, some people, because they're dealing with a lot of meme coins, they get the impression that having a less amount of tokens means you're going to skyrocket sooner. And just go back and double fact check me. Those projects are dead cats. Okay. And the reason they're thinking this is because Bitcoin is only going to have 21 million tokens and it's over like 80,000 right now. They're thinking that because Ethereum has about 140 million tokens and is sitting very solidly in the thousands. So they're thinking a smaller supply will make the price skyrocket sooner. However, you also have to consider that if we start with 1 million tokens and we multiply that by 14 cents, that's a $140,000 market cap. Now, who's going to want to invest in that? Okay. So there's other things we have to consider. The market cap has to be substantial. There are people who don't want to touch low market cap coins. So why would I put keys in that situation from the jump? Right? Okay. There's some people who will look at you and say, you're at a $48 million market cap. I don't know. I'll wait till you get to 100 million. So let's make sure we start this thing at over 100 million. Now, as King has already stated, we are a store of value. we are going to be buying back the chart immediately from the jump. So it doesn't matter if people want to go ahead and sell their coins. We have a very robust community of strong supporters. We're on the Ethereum and Polygon blockchain that is renowned for having the best holders in all of cryptocurrency. We're not that concerned. We're going to be able to buy back the chart and maintain the value. And those tokens are not going to be hitting the market. Okay, so let me now delve into what would be more of the official way of saying it. The total number of keys tokens at launch is to be announced, and it will be based on how many tokens are sold during our raise. Now, we do plan to have a strong total supply to establish a high initial market cap. This is going to be paramount to attracting serious investors from the start. Okay. Now, let me be very clear. The surplus tokens that are needed to ensure a high market cap value will be locked. I'm talking about for hundreds of years, at least 100 years. They are not intended at all to be in circulation. They are for us to come out with a very strong, solid, high market cap to attract solid, high quality investors, okay? And to put keys in a position to succeed from launch. Now, this will ensure stability and long-term flexibility by having those tokens locked. Now, what do I mean by long-term flexibility? Well, this is something that we created for generational wealth. Okay, my portion is never being sold by me. This is for my children's children. So you got to tell your children's children to keep some tokens in the family wallet so that they can actually vote with our future governance system. Okay, so I'm talking many years down the road, right? Not even really 10 to 15 years, like I said in the post in our back room. I'm really talking about hundreds of years down the road as the supply of keys is crunched. Okay. The price is skyrocketing and the demand is shooting through the roof. Okay. At this point, the community can vote through governance to unlock a portion of these tokens for strategic growth plans. That's not bad. It'll dilute the supply a little bit, allow new interested people to come in at a better price, and you can continue moving forward. It's not bad. But that's how come we're going to be using Everlock. Okay, yes, the system created by Everrise. We're going to use Everlock so that the community has options while we're keeping things completely secure. You'll be able to see these tokens are locked for hundreds of years, but one day you'll be able to come together and have a community vote. Like I said, your children's children, or if you're very healthy, you'll be one of them too in 100 years, right? Okay, so this is the understanding. The surplus tokens is to help us to have a robust market cap. Now, when it comes to the market confidence, I guess I would have to say, because some people are like, how are you going to stop the selling? Once again, we have a strong community of long-term holders. Okay, most people have been with us for 2+ years. Okay, and we didn't come out with anything until about a year later with our first utility. So we do not anticipate major sell-offs, but we are prepared to absorb sell pressure at launch through our strategic buybacks. Okay, so there's really no worries. And the initial buybacks are going to fund the staking pools. And then after that, they're going to be held in the treasury, which those tokens are also going to be locked, which is reinforcing price stability. So the price is still going to be stable because the tokens, the surplus tokens, are not going to actually hit the market. They're just there to keep us at a strong market cap. And the optics is everything in cryptocurrency. So our vision is to build long-term growth while keeping keys in a strong and competitive position. Everything we're doing is to foster a thriving and sustainable ecosystem for keys. Okay. So with that said, I'm gonna turn it back over to King and let him expound upon that a little bit. But you just have to understand these things are well thought out. And we still thought about it, even though we feel it's pretty much irrelevant, because regardless what your market cap is, as long as you have value coming in, you're going to become much more valuable. You have more value coming in than the value coming out. You're much more valuable. And with that, I'm gonna drop it over to my brother King.
And thank you so much. That was well said when he was explaining it, and it's a great point because you're in a place right now with partnerships. It's not just about the local. It's not just about the small people. It's about bigger partners. When you begin engaging with bigger partners, amount of money and market cap means a lot. And it was very important when he was explaining the point of the tokens that will be locked. When you're thinking of pouring into all this liquidity, all these profits from the AI, all these profits from the businesses, this creates a store of value. This is where the partnerships can happen, where you can go to Visa, where you can go to someone else, and you can actually borrow off of what you have, and there's no selling that has to take place. And there's so much room to grow because once all these profits begin, and it's not if, it's when, because we're giving 100% of the profits back. Once this happens, spreading out these tokens, locking these tokens, it enables that market cap to be huge. And not only that, the selling pressure, like we've already prepared for the selling pressure, but it allows us, and it not only does it protect you guys, it protects all the value that is coming inside. That way you don't have people just immediately selling immediately. It allows it to grow. It allows you to grow with it. As people see these opportunities, they buy into that vision. They hold keys. More profit comes in, they hold keys. The tokens we have are already locked up. They're holding keys, and it begins to rise. That's why I just laugh, because I said people are talking about market cap, but when they see the percentages, when they see everything pouring in, that's actually divisible by a much smaller amount, which is you guys. And then now you have this amazing amount of stored value that says, wait a minute, I paid this for these, but they're worth this amount. And that right there is the most important factor, because that allows you to do all type of things, which is again why Keys is partnered with CryptSafe, because it gives you flexibility where you'll be able to do things where you'll be able to borrow off that asset at one time and not spend it. Why? Because if it's valuable to you, it should be valuable to us. And if we're providing something of value, it means we have an entire ecosystem around it. So a lot of people be like, oh, that's a high market cap. Absolutely, it's a high market cap, because people, all the greats, no matter what they tell you, no matter how lucky they say, there's an intuition inside of you. There's a God given birthright that you know you have something different. And when you have something different that stands out, not only for one generation, but generations and generations, you hold your value and you begin that value where it is. It's not about everyone understanding. They didn't understand the vision with Amazon. They didn't understand the vision with eBay. They didn't understand the vision with Nike. These Nikes and all these great companies didn't understand it initially. But it's never about understanding the initial point. It's about seeing the vision. And what we're giving you is a vision beyond just tomorrow, but tomorrow after another tomorrow. And that's the type of companies you want to invest in. And then you have this ability for it to rise. And if you guys can sleep at night, if someone even part in the roadmap, it was just funny because the founder and I were talking, and he's like, I can't wait till I make my first millionaire. I can't wait till I make top 10 millionaires. And you go back to everything we posted. You go back to every AMA we've said. We literally said we're excited because we want to post results, because we want to make the most amount of millionaires. We want to do these things. So this is nothing that surprises us. If you guys take profits in the beginning, we're already prepared to buy back. If you, whatever you guys do, we've already prepared for that. There's nothing that's going to come a shock to us, which is why we built this system the way it is. You're not just involved with keys when you do this. You're involved in an entire ecosystem that was built before. We didn't just give you the baby. We have built the incubator, which means we have everything covered. We're not just telling you to hope for the baby. We've already built a place for the baby to survive, for the baby to get the nutriments, and then you're going to share that experience with us like a Kodak moment that lives on and lives on. So this is why we thank you guys so much for the ones that have pre-registered, the ones that have filled out those forms, because seeing that early before everyone else sees it is what it's about. Right now, the whitelist gives you an opportunity of what you can see. Go back and do your own research. We didn't ask for a dime. We spent our own money in building this. We spent our own money in the awareness, organic building, organic material. Even in the AI, we put organic data inside of this. So all these people that are paying for data, all these people that are pulling these slides and putting that in the system, they're getting it from people. And we have experience. Experience is data before it's data. So you have to keep in mind that where you're at is far ahead of a lot of things that are out there, and we are truly setting a standard. The founder said something that was absolutely insane. He was drinking his sweet tea. I was sitting in one of my restaurants. My family's blessed. My seeds, everything around me is blessed. And he was like, I want to leave a legacy. It's not just about you. And that's what Keys is. We're already great. You guys already know my name, Crypto King. A lot of you've heard me. A lot of these projects are in the top 20 now. I've helped raise a lot of those, a lot of the communities. And we mentioned Everrise. We were in Everrise in the very beginning. We were in their ups, we were there with their downs. So you have very experienced people. And this is what we have to offer you guys. And we just thought it was so important to share about, being curious about Key's market cap, because you have something that is new, the innovation unseen, and that's what we're sharing with you, and it's only going up literally because we've already prepared that it can't go. I mean, it can only go up. We're pouring all the profits into it because we're letting Keys represent, not only talking. I'm sick of projects that have talked and said they were going to do this. You pour all this money in, and all of a sudden something you have initially invested in is no longer there because they decide to take another turn. How about we do what we say, and what we say, we do? That is exactly what Keys is doing. We're handing you something that just rises in value. And wherever you decide to get off this train, wherever you decide to get off this plane, and I'm using different terms to be able to move because that's what Keys are. It's going to give you an opportunity to unlock a door for you. For some, it's not necessarily about financial freedom. It could be opportunities, whatever it may be. We're providing that to you. And we just thought it was important to do that for the ones who have invested, the ones that are investing, the ones that come. Just spread this awareness out. Spread the news that, yeah, this is the new big boy. This is the new fire. This is Keys. And it doesn't matter how anyone feels. I want to be very clear about this. It doesn't matter how one person or any particular person feels. Keys is the thing, the next big thing. Keys is going viral. If you close this spaces, if you close this message and just go away with it, Keys doesn't go away. You do. So keep that in mind when you look back and say, oh my God, I had the opportunity. Yeah, go buy a Walmart stock now. But think about Walmart in the beginning. These are the once in a life opportunities you have. Life is just cycles. The sun comes up, the sun goes down. But it's what you do when you know the sun is going up, when you know the sun is going down. That's what it's about. Take advantage of the sun up and plant. Take advantage when the sun's down and rest. That's what life is about. Take opportunities that you recognize. Recognize the greatness. Recognize us doing these things before. We built everything before we came to you guys. That right there says a lot. They're saying they really believe in it. Yes, because the walls that Keys stands in, this is our blood, our sweat, our tears. This is our hard-earned money, our smart-earned money. I'll say that because we worked hard, but we ended up just working smarter. But our smart-earned money, we put that inside of this before you guys. Someone who leads someone to the waters, because we've been there. And that's what we're offering you guys. And I'm just going to turn it back over because I could do this. I could do this all day because it's not only something that I'm saying, it's something I believe in, it's something I know, and it's going to see. It's going to succeed. There's nothing else that can stop it. You have two determined people in crypto. Their names speak for themselves. Heck of a team. Heck of a team. I can't wait till this is over. We'll give you an introduction for the moderators, from the people that are going out, for the production team, for the editing team. You guys have done a phenomenal job, and I cannot thank you enough because it has allowed us our freedom to build. It has allowed us our freedom to our family that are on here, for the family that have invested. Thank you so much. Not even the monetary value, but the time of that we have sacrificed and maybe cutting the barbecue a little too early. While you guys were watching the Super Bowl and doing these things, we were building. Yes, we took breaks, but we were building because we said life is about opportunities. And this is what we want to create and give to the world.
That's a really good, really, really, really good point the King just made. We really, I guess it's okay to say we took breaks, but we really didn't. If you go back and scroll all the way down, I was making posts. I was making NFTs for every holiday. Even for the Super Bowl, I was making NFTs just so that people could have a discount on their CryptSafe positions, right? So, I mean, yeah, we took a break every now and again, but I would say out of 365 days a year, I was working for 350 days. Okay, like every single day I wake up and I'm going to work. Why? Because, like King said, I really want to leave a legacy. My life is good, okay, but I need to leave a legacy. There's much more that I have to offer. for this world. One of our biggest holders, one of our biggest supporters, Shiva, we would talk about him all the time. And I was like, man, King, I bet you this is going to be our first millionaire. And I'm just so excited. So when you brought up that about me saying I just couldn't wait to make my first millionaire, I have in my mind that he's going to be the first millionaire that we make here at Keys. We already have a robust business plan of how we're going to use people's success for advertisements. Okay. Like, hey, we've made our first millionaire and show the wallet addresses and everything. And just that kind of story means much more to me than being some sort of pump and dump project. I don't understand how people do it. I don't want that to be attached to my name. I guess one additional thing that I could say is we're just definitely not another token. We're someone who's been spending years building a strong foundation. And our long term holders who are still supporting us now are actual proof of that. Okay. And that's how come we structured Keys for long-term growth and stability. That's why we're thinking about the market cap. That's why we're thinking about community governance. That's why we're shaking hands with different business people. That's why I have the Web3 AI utilities already lined up and ready. Because the building is for the future, not just for the hype. I say this all the time. As a business, we are more interested in being valuable than looking valuable. You will look very valuable if you're gold. You will look very valuable if you're a gem. How about you take that pressure and you become a diamond so you can shine? Is that okay? Or do I need to just go put a dog face on our profile picture? Or can we invest in something that is poised to become valuable, that has a strong business plan, right? That is actually very popular right now in cryptocurrency using AI. I mean, AI is just kind of popular all over the world. And let's invest in someone who didn't use ChatGPT to make their AI and is functioning even better than the bots that were created with ChatGPT and now DeepSeek. Okay, so one other thing I would say is that sometimes people will see a large token supply and they'll think, oh my God, won't this hurt the price? Yes, of course it will, because you're dealing with project owners who are not businessmen. They're not thinking about the total market cap. They're not thinking about price stability. They're just thinking about, I think I want to have trillions of tokens because people like SHIB. Or, I think I want to have 21 million tokens because that's what Bitcoin did. We are thinking much further than that. We have our passion built up on wanting to leave a legacy behind. So let me clear that up. It hurts the price because they're not actually trying to attract serious investors with it. Okay, but the total supply of keys is strategic. Keep that in mind. Our high total supply is strategic. It ensures strong initial market cap. Okay, and it's there to attract serious investors. But remember, the surplus tokens are locked and they are not in circulation. This keeps keys very competitive. This keeps keys very appealing, very attractive. It keeps it well structured for many, many, many years to come. Okay, we get to attract long-term investors full of confidence. It's just an ecosystem that's built to create real-world utility, real-world partnerships, real-world opportunities. It's an ecosystem that's here to actually thrive. Okay, and this is the foundation that we're talking about, which is why King and I wanted to come in here and talk about that. I mean, we have some very strategic partnerships in the work. We're laying the groundwork for something very huge, very big. But yeah, people didn't know about Coca-Cola. So what did Coca-Cola do? They gave everyone free t-shirts. It was an expense. And now everyone knows about Coca-Cola. Yeah, people didn't know who Jeff Bezos was, but what did he do? He got up every day, he went in his garage, he set at his makeshift desk, he sent out emails, he figured out logistics, he made himself valuable. And we are following the same groundwork. I don't listen to anyone but billionaires and millionaires. I don't have to listen to anyone who hasn't done it. Those are my mentors. Okay. And I've done very well for myself, but if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make money. And if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. That's how I think. Right. So we're sitting here with this golden opportunity. We've painted it out perfectly. We have a great business plan. We do have a partnership that's hanging in the balance. If you're in our back room, you know exactly who I'm talking about, because in our back room, we've already shared the information about the YouTuber we're working with, has almost 1 million subscribers. We have a very robust business plan that's going on here. But the thing is that King and I are not here just to come and take your money. That's not what we're here for. We're actually here to create millionaires. Because how can you be a prominent person in the financial industry if you haven't even made a millionaire? It'd be great to say I made a billionaire. That'd be awesome. Okay, so we're sitting here presenting an opportunity to all the common man, opportunities that are not usually presented to retail investors. We went out to Pink Sale. Okay, I hate to say it like that, but you guys know how I feel about Pink Cell. No offense to whoever created it, but they're very lackadaisical in their security and making sure it's not festered with scams. Okay, we're actually going to do our IDO with CoinList, but we still put out a banner on Pink Cell to grab the attention of everyone because we really want this to be an opportunity for everyone. I wish I had this opportunity before I was someone because I was just like everyone else. However, when we only want to gravitate to things that look very flashy, this is how we end up with holes in our wallet. When we only want to gravitate to things that have a lot of hype and a lot of people chatting in the chat room, this is how you end up with holes in your wallet. This is how you end up hopping from project to project. This is how you end up in investing failure. Okay? I'm taking you to school for a second. It is much better to invest in someone who has this high level of confidence and who has put in 2 years of work to build utility and now is getting ready to raise hype than for you to just go to someone who has no plan at all, but they have a beautiful picture of a dog. Okay? We've got to do better. We've got to do better with the people we choose to support. Our dollar is our vote. That's what a dollar means. Every time you spend a dollar, you're voting on something. You're voting for what you want. So, do you want to have this opportunity to say, I was the foundation of keys? I was here in the very beginning? Because the people who were here in the very beginning are the ones who are winning. They're the ones who are winning the most. And every time we create a stable floor, there's new people who can come in and also win. But just understand what I'm saying. We've got to really think about what we're supporting. King and I have been here for over 11 years now. And there used to be a time when you would have what, King, like maybe one or two altcoins launching every single month,
Yes, yep.
right?
You
Now we have
had
like,
you had you had days. I'm glad he brought that up. You used to have days where you could look at a project, do your research, and everything's so rushed. And a lot of the listeners, a lot of the investors, like, how cool is it that something has gone viral? You actually get to see this person or have seen this person at some time. Like, we literally walked on the beaches with some of you, went in there and ate with you, like, and that's part of what's going to continue to do. Like, that's what we're continuing to do. It's not like the way we move things. There's two things I want you to remember. And every time we speak, we never write anything down. Whatever you guys ask, we answer. Whatever we have a product, we give you information and we deliver. We never have to write anything down. Why? Because it's inside of us. It's inside of our heart. It's inside of our mind. And we don't believe that if anything we're supposed to tell you, it shouldn't have to be prepared. Because if you're not prepared to speak to people, if you're not prepared to flow, then you're not prepared to run a company. You're not prepared to give them something that you say you're prepared for. To be prepared for something to me means you should be prepared already to what you should say. So I just want you to keep that in mind with all the countless hours, with all the reaching out, because the founder and I, we were just laughing because he literally wants everybody to have this. I mean, we have ads everywhere, we have banners everywhere, and I'm just like, there? And he was like, one thing he said that stood out. And I was like, it was absolutely amazing, absolutely brilliant. He said, no matter what, he said, there's somebody out there. He said, even if it's one person, and better yet, he said, they're real people. He said, it doesn't matter where a place is, that they have scams. So that lets you know somebody that's willing to go in the dark, that's willing to go in the den, they're willing to go out there and fight for you. Even before, like, we have a lot of investors, he would inbox and be like, hey, yeah, I don't know about this one. Never say anything. Then they reach back to him. That's the type of founder you're dealing with. Someone who reaches out to someone before he even created his own project to give them advice on what they should do. That's the type of people you have. The just let you know the transparency. You will never find anything like us, and I know you won't because I have searched myself. The founder, we have searched ourselves, and we decided it's time to stop making all these companies money that is scamming people. It's time to do that, and let's bring them to a place that we can actually say you're welcome, that we can actually be happy that you're here. Like, I'm so proud that my family, my barber, my own barber is invested in this. So this is not a company that's running. This is a company that's telling you value that we want to stand for. And we plan on being here a long time. We have plans like even when we're gone. So that's what you're invested in. And it's just, I can't talk enough about it. Honestly, I can't. But I just love the founder because he talks so much. He literally lives, he literally breathes. If you guys go back and to look at things that have happened the last couple of years, or even the last couple of months, you'll notice that every critical moment in crypto, every critical moment, there was some kind of inspiration that was given to you. Like, this guy doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep. Even though I'm over here doing my things, I got this, I'm doing this. And it's just amazing. Even the lives that have changed, to even have an entire crew, an entire team that you're able to pay and look out for before you even take a dime. It's just so many things of untold glory, untold love, untold sacrifices that have been put in place even before this journey began. And that's what you're investing in. You're investing in relationship, you're investing in passion, you're investing in knowledge, because a lot of these guys that are going to reveal themselves, because our partners, we're letting them do it at their own time. When they start revealing themselves with the tools that they have, then you'll get it. He said a couple of bangers. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to who we're getting audited on CoinList. These people that really make you struggle to get there. People that have audited places that are still here now in the top 20. And these are the things you have to catch. Sometimes people say things without saying it. That's the area you're in right now. And not only are we saying things that we haven't said, we're saying things that let you know what you're involved in. So I'll just pass it back over to my brother. So I had to speak when he gave me that moment. Like, it's too much fire inside of me. It's too much passion to just let this go and capitalize on this opportunity, enjoy it. And those of you that don't understand that, you're like, man, this is beautiful. That's the beautiful part about this, is just holding keys. You benefit, and we have this thing we say: you earn while you learn. Just holding a keys token gives you a value to hold that ever increasing value. It gives you that opportunity to hold that and then learn. And it's safe. That's the most important aspect I want you to understand. It's safe. It doesn't matter who takes profits. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what selling point they decide to hold. That will never harm you. We have a plan. And we have a plan off of results, off of the amount of millionaires we're going to make, the holders, all these things. The first ones to cash out on $1 million. We literally have rewards for everybody who cashes out the first 100,000. Like, this is part of the plan, because you're saying something that's going to change people's lives. And when people's lives are changed, some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You got in a community, they loved you, you got you a nice position, you decided to take some profits. It was like, that Jeter sold that. But really think about it. If you invest in something, you should be able to sell where you're at. We're not telling you when to sell. We're telling you why you should hold. If you sell, you sell. We have a plan for that. That's what the businesses are for. That's what the buybacks are for. So just keep that in mind.
I like that point you said. We're not telling you if you can sell, we're telling you to hold. And we're not saying to hodl, we're saying to actually hold some keys in the first place. Okay, we're starting at 1 penny, we're launching around 14 cents. But King just got through slipping and he said something, but he said it, so I might as well go ahead and piggyback on it. But we do have rewards. We talked about rewards for people who make their first 100 grand, for people who make the first million. Like, what kind of company goes and rewards someone who sells, especially in cryptocurrency, where as soon as someone sells, you go into the chat room and they're like, oh, freaking Jeet. That's the rated G version. Freaking Jeet, just left. But see, that's the price you pay when you only have investors. We didn't want to go through that. This is our legacy we're talking about. We didn't want to go through that embarrassment. We have to go freak out just because somebody sold. So instead, we created value. You see what I'm saying? And with what we have, just by the I don't even know what to call it without giving it away what it really is, but just by the AI trading strategy solutions, let me call it that for now, we have consistent buyback pressure from all the trades that we're able to win. We have consistent DCA functions, consistent buyback functions, consistent volume functions as well. So we're literally able to leverage that. Do you know how many people are looking to use AI trading strategies? And then we can literally undercut the greedy because there's so few people doing it. The prices are high per trade. I don't know if you've literally looked into it, but we're talking about 3% sometimes on a trade. We can literally undercut them and do very well. That's just what Amazon did, giving away all those free deliveries, right? So at the end of the day, this is something that's very, very valuable to us. And we really do care about the people. I was in a negotiation last night. Okay, I think it was last night. It might have been about 1 a.m., 2 a.m. this morning, but I was in a negotiation with someone who wants to work with us and who wants to get paid a ridiculous amount of money for things we have people volunteering for. Okay. And I'm trying to let him understand, like, look, you need to tell me why this is valuable. Yes, we do want to segue to Reddit, sorry, not Reddit, but Reddit advertisements and possibly even Facebook. I don't know if there's really a crypto audience there, and maybe even TikTok. I do have a TikToker in my inbox with 3 million followers. As long as he passed the test, I do think we'll close a deal with him as well. But the thing is, throughout the course of this negotiation, I told him, I said, the people that you were working for, they all are gone, aren't they? I was like, we both know they're gone. Don't lie to me. They're gone. He hesitated and he said, yeah, they're gone. I said, I know. But in your line of work, you have to hop from project to project. We're telling you to stop hopping from project to project and hold keys. We're not telling you when to sell or what not to sell. We're telling you hold keys. Get in at the bottom. We have a wonderful business plan. We have value waiting for you. We have rewards waiting for you. And we're experienced in this. We're saying support something that's real. You can go back and you can see how real we really are. Okay, we scrubbed a lot when we decided to rebrand and make it all about keys for right now because we were safe, secure crypto at first. And even with the things we scrubbed, we still have so much content. So at the end of the day, it's never the end of the day for us. We're constantly working, we're hardly resting. King has made multiple sacrifices. He's paying most of the employees out of his pocket. And this is to build a future. When you have that kind of passion, where you say, you know what, I'll cover the necessary expenses, and then we're going to figure out a good, successful business model that'll sell and will get people to invest in this thing and we'll go ahead and move forward. That is passion. That is not scammer stuff. Don't disrespect me talking about any kind of scammer stuff, and no one ever has. We've really proven ourselves at this point, but I said, don't disrespect us like that. Look at what we're doing. You should be able to tell the difference between someone who's trying to embezzle you out of your money and someone who's giving you an opportunity. Now, you may not like the opportunity. That's okay. But there's very many people who do. And there's very many powerful and prominent people that I'm talking to. I guess I can't say very many. Okay. But there's literally one, two, three, four. There's five very prominent, powerful people that I'm talking to that you would be aware of who they are. And I've been able to negotiate them down on their prices. No kidding you. Negotiate them down on their prices. Keys is going to be a big deal. They're going to hear this recording one day. Yes, I negotiated them down. They loved my plan. They were happy to do it. Meanwhile, I come to the crypto side of things after we step out of the real world, and I see everyone having, I don't know if it's real hype. Maybe they're paying for their hype, but I see everyone having a ball in Elon, what was it? Elon Shib Mars Telegram chat. What is that about? Another failed project. So all I'm saying is that throughout the course of our life, we will be presented with a golden opportunity, maybe once, but it will not knock twice. It will not knock twice. And with what we already have in the works, the reason we're doing this space is because go look at our followers right now, timestamp it. We have 600 something followers. I'm not even looking at the page. We have like 600 something followers. We want to make sure that everyone who has been with us since the beginning gets the chance to receive this golden opportunity before we start utilizing our YouTube influencers and bringing in the masses. That's all. That's all. I think it's the noble thing to do. I think it's the righteous thing to do too, and not even in a religious way, just in being right about it. I just think it's a cool thing to do. The people who rocked with you from the beginning, you go out there and you make sure that they have the chance to benefit the most, to benefit the highest. Not to say that other people who come years from now can't benefit and make millions. Yeah, they will be able to. But for the amount of money you spend at the bottom, you'd be able to do the same. That's a large difference. That's a huge benefit. And I know we're coming up on the end, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic over to King. But one thing I will say in closing, and then I'll let you close it out, brother, is that don't hesitate. Follow your intuition. Look at the signs of something real. I know at this point, if you're still here, you can tell we're real. And don't forget the whitelist is open. It's closing in about 9 days. Okay, it's officially open. Visit our website that is in the bio. We have a video also that tells you just how to buy, and it's at the top of our page. And go ahead and secure your spot at the lowest price with the highest bonuses and be part of something that's going to be the next real thing in crypto. It's going to be a big deal in the future. That's Keys.
All right, thank you. And we're gonna go ahead and close this out. But somebody they asked me one question while I was here. I'll try to answer it as best as I can. You ask, how is Key supposed to be? So how is Key so competitive? So that's a great question. The reason I'm saying that because I want you guys to close your eyes for a second and just visualize to the left an amount of money. That amount of money, it represents the profits. Profits from profits. So we take those profits, we now invest those into a business. That business is owned from the profits, and the profits are owned from that company. So that company, which is now owned, which we purchase, is now also buying back this token. And then it goes back to the ecosystem, which gives us a greater amount to buy more businesses, to buy more tokens that goes back to this business. That is the simplest form I could possibly say it. And that allows us, the founder, we were just talking because we were in partnerships. We were talking about a business. I can't even say which category because it'll give it away. But they're in one of the top 20. When we were discussing this, he said something that stood out. He said, do you know that not only these businesses that we create, even though they're the top in their class, he said, we will be able to do things that no other one that they can do. So that's a great question to talk about competitiveness, because even as we begin to purchase companies, as we begin to purchase and invest in franchises, just understand that because we are purchasing these franchises with profit, it gives us an advantage even inside of that franchise, because we're able to do giveaways, we're able to give to the communities, we're able to do endless things because of the fact we have a greater aspect of financial freedom, which allows us to allocate things back to our holders, back to the communities, getting another edge, also giving us another opportunity to increase those profits. And again, guys, where do those profits go? They go back. So what you guys are about to feel are the effects of something that actually does what it says. But not only that, the power of community, the power of compounding community, and also the power of compounding profits. And keep that in mind. Albert Einstein himself said, he said, the ninth wonder of the world, I believe it was the eighth or the ninth wonder of the world, he said was compound interest. It's because it's something so dangerous that a lot of people don't really grasp it. But we're actually about to manifest that with Keys. And that's Crypto King signing out. See you guys later.